My name is Amy Din, and I am the Student Services and Programs Manager at the Jacobs Institute.
My name is Adam. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm a senior mechanical engineer. I work in the makerspace as a student supervisor.
I'm Haley. I'm a third year. I'm completing an individual major in the College of Environmental Design.
I'm Mariella Aquino. I'm a third year data science major at UC Berkeley.
Hi, my name is Tanya. I am a third year ISF major.
I'm Annalise. I'm a third year cognitive science student.
I'm Vamshi Balanaka. I'm studying physics here. I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Nora Howell. I'm a fifth year PhD candidate at the School of Information, advised by Professor Kamiko Ryokai.
Hi, I'm Gemma. I'm a third year studying psychology.
So my role is basically to be the first point of contact for students who are interested in exploring design at Berkeley. There are a lot of different entry points here at Jacobs, from taking courses, to using the makerspace, to joining a student club.
For me, what's cool is just the fact that there are tools here that I can't use anywhere else. So that's kind of what Jacobs is to me. It's like a bunch of tools, and then also a bunch of people that can teach you how to use them. But what you do with the tools is kind of like a personal thing.
I actually got involved with the Jacobs space through DPCS 160, which is their design and development class. I also took Reimagining Mobility the same semester. I worked with Professor Ryan Kim.
I actually found out about this location through a class, Bio-Inspired Design, taught by Robert Full on campus.
I took the web design decal the spring of 2017, and through that class I was able to build a website from scratch, and I chose to develop my own portfolio. And that was really cool because I got to actually use that portfolio when I was recruiting for internships.
Oh, really? We can take, yeah.
We initially designed a chair that we sent to a counter team for them to build and hack. And they did the same for us, so they sent us a chair a couple weeks ago, and we've built the chair structure itself as they designed it, and now we're hacking it in some sort of way to add our personal spin, and that personal spin happens to be adding comical amounts of giant yarn to it to make it a little comfier.
The Jacobs Catalyst grant was a really important form of financial support for me. It really helped me focus on my research. As a grad student, I'm here for a while, and so it's just been great to get that kind of support that enables me to spend that much more time and focus and energy on doing this project. The Heart Sounds Bench amplifies the sounds of people's hearts, and it does that for multiple people simultaneously. So people sit on the bench, they can take a quiet moment to listen to their heart sounds and hear their heart sounds blending together with someone else's. So the Heart Sounds Bench is much more about just taking a quiet moment to rest, relax, take a breather.
So our most recent external event here at Jacobs is called RGB, Reach, Grow, Build, which is basically a design workshop where we bring in industry level designers, UI, UX, or kind of anywhere in the design space, and they speak to their careers, their career advice for us.
I bring my motorcycle up, I wheel it up to the side of Jacobs. I'll just use the tools that we have in the makerspace because I live in an apartment, I don't have enough tools. Yeah, I've had to fix a bunch of stuff off my bike pretty recently, so I've been bringing stuff in.
So one of the things I ask people is, of course, what area of design are they interested in? Because design is such a broad topic and expands everything from user experience design to product design to graphic design. So I ask them what design means to them, and then from there I hear more about what inspires them about design, what they think of when they think about exploring design. So I think those are first two good initial questions, is their interest in design and also how they like to approach exploration and learning.
Design is just so all-encompassing and very complex. So there's a lot of different ways that you can actually hop into this space. I think it's inherently very inclusive and very versatile, which really gets me excited because then the community here is just so great.
I think people, when they think about the makerspaces, they don't realize how many students are a part of it, and how many student leaders there are that help facilitate this process for people. I realized that there were super users, and you you volunteer time to help out there and like keep the lab open during off hours, but you get to use the lab whenever you want, which is crazy, which me and Haley have definitely utilized this year. But yeah, that's what I'll say to people. It's like, yeah, you can make anything anytime. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm a woman of color, and I think a lot of these spaces is mostly male dominated, and when I first came in here, it was really hard for me to ask questions. My advice for anyone is to not be afraid, and the people here are actually really nice. If you just ask, everyone's willing to help you, even the students. So if someone's curious, I would say just do it. Just come in here, ask someone a question, and you'll get your answers.
I would say try out some of the pop-up workshops. I found those to be really fun, kind of lightweight ways to get involved. I learned about vacuum form molding, which I had never done before. I learned about 3D modeling in CAD, which I had never done before, and it was kind of a low barrier to entry way of like getting involved for like, you know, it's like 2 nights a week or something, one-time thing.
I think for a lot of people who might be interested in design but don't know a lot about it, they think that they have to be artistically really inclined or talented in some way, but I think Jacobs really lowers the barrier to entry in terms of being able to provide introductory classes. The decals are great, so even if you think that design might not be for you, I think that the classes here, the organizations that are all kind of supported by the Jacobs community, is really just a great introduction and a great gateway into starting with design.